Inside Belmarsh Prison, what really happens behind the UK's toughest walls? Belmarsh Prison. For many in the UK, that name alone sends a chill down the spine. Located in southeast London, Belmarsh is known as the place where the most dangerous, the most high-profile, and the most watched prisoners in Britain are kept. But what does life actually look like behind its high concrete walls? How do inmates survive inside a place nicknamed the British Guantanamo Bay? Today, we go inside. Before we dive in, drop a comment and let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoy true crime stories like this, be sure to like the video, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and share it with someone who'd love it too. The first 60 seconds inside Belmarsh. Before the gate closes behind you, you feel it. Belmarsh doesn't welcome you. It swallows you. The moment a new inmate steps inside, everything changes. The sounds hit first. Heavy boots walking in sync. Buzzing doors. Radios crackling. Someone shouting from a distant cell. An officer reads out your number, not your name. From this point on, you're an inmate, not a person. They check your clothes. Your body. Your belongings. Nothing is private. Then you're walked down a long corridor where the walls seem to stretch forever. Some prisoners stare through tiny windows in their doors. Others shout things you don't fully understand. The officer doesn't slow down. He has seen this 1,000 times. But for you, every step feels like stepping deeper into another world. They finally stop at a cell. The door opens. Inside? A metal frame bed. A thin mattress. A small sink. A tiny toilet. And that's where your new life begins. The daily reality. Rules, watching, and tension. Life in Belmarsh runs on strict routines. Every morning at 7 a.m., the doors open for roll call. Officers check every cell, every inmate, every corner. Even the air feels supervised. Cameras watch everything: hallways, exercise yards, meal lines. Some prisoners say the cameras never bothered them. Others say the cameras are the reason they never forget where they are. Meals are quick, simple, and often cold by the time they reach the wing. In the common areas, inmates move carefully. Not scared, alert. Belmarsh isn't chaos. It's pressure. A slow, constant pressure that never turns off. You mind your business. You stay in your lane. And you never assume anyone's story is simple. The prison within the prison. High security wing. Not every inmate sees it. Very few even walk past it. But everyone knows about it. Belmarsh's High Security Unit, HSU. This is where the prison's most sensitive, high-risk prisoners stay. Some are watched 24/7. Some are kept away from everyone, even other inmates. Inside the HSU, the rules tighten. Fewer hours outside the cell. Stronger doors. Limited contact with anyone. Some prisoners call the HSU the cold end of the world because of the silence. It's a place where time moves differently. Friendships, fear, and survival. Belmarsh isn't just concrete and steel. It's people. Some inmates create small, quiet friendships, built slowly, built carefully. A shared laugh during cleaning duty. A nod in the exercise yard. A simple question like, "Where you from?" But trust is rare. People keep their history hidden. Some inmates carry stories too heavy for small talk. Inside Belmarsh, you learn quickly who you can stand near and who you can't. Because one wrong word, one wrong move, can change your whole sentence in ways the court never mentioned. Night in Belmarsh, the hours nobody talks about. When the final door locks at night, the prison changes. Some cells stay loud, laughter, arguments, someone banging on metal. Others stay completely silent. You lie on your thin mattress. Lights from the corridor glow under the door. Every few minutes, keys jingle, footsteps pass. Someone coughs. Someone whispers. Belmarsh never sleeps. It only waits. And inside your cell, you do the same. The yard, where respect is silent and watchful. The prison yard in Belmarsh looks simple: high walls, gray concrete, a patch of sky. But to the inmates, it's one of the most important places in the entire prison. This is where you see everything clearly. Who walks with who? Who stands alone? who's respected, and who's pretending. Every inmate steps into the yard alert. Some walk in circles, hands in pockets, eyes straight ahead. Some do push-ups or sit-ups on the ground. Others stand together talking quietly, but carefully. No one shouts. No one tries to show off. In Belmarsh, real power is silent. Officers stand on the outside, watching every movement. The towers keep their eyes open. And even though it looks peaceful from a distance, every inmate knows things can change in seconds. So you move calm. You move smart. And you learn to read faces faster than books. The Code of Belmarsh, what you never say out loud. Every prison has rules. But Belmarsh has its own rules, the ones inmates follow to survive. Nobody hands you a list. There are no posters on the walls. You learn these rules by watching. Rule 1. Don't stare too long. A long look can start problems you don't need. Rule 2. Don't ask about someone's case. People keep their pasts private. Rule 3. Handle your own problems. Asking for help shows weakness, and weakness attracts attention. Rule 4. Respect the space. If someone is quiet, let them stay quiet. If someone is angry, give them room. Rule 5. Never look like you're scared. Even if you are. Inside Belmarsh, these rules aren't written, they're felt. You break them and the whole wing feels it. The visit room, a world that hurts differently. There is one place in Belmarsh where inmates act differently, the visit room. Officers watch. Cameras record. But the emotions? Those can't be hidden. Some inmates wait nervously, tapping their fingers, rehearsing what they'll say. Others sit still, staring at the door, hoping the person they love didn't forget them. When the families walk in, the whole room changes. A father tries to smile at his little son. A mother tries not to cry in front of her teenage daughter. A girlfriend holds a prisoner's hand under the table, even though the officer keeps staring. For a moment, Belmarsh feels less like concrete and more like life again. But when the visit ends, when the officers shout that it's time to leave, that's when the pain hits hardest. Some inmates walk back with their heads down. Others walk faster, trying to hide the emotion. Inside Belmarsh, the visit room is the only place that reminds you what freedom felt like, and what you lost. Mental battlefield, the real struggle behind the walls. People talk about the danger. They talk about the inmates. They talk about the high walls. But the biggest challenge in Belmarsh is inside the mind. Some inmates struggle with loneliness. Some think too much about their past. Some try to keep themselves busy, reading, drawing, working out, anything to stay focused. Others pace in their cells for hours. Days feel long. Nights feel longer. And time itself starts to feel strange, slow, heavy, endless. Officers check on prisoners who seem too quiet. Healthcare teams visit those who ask for help. But the truth is simple. Belmarsh is a mental test. A test you face every single day. Inside the job, what officers face daily. People often forget, officers live inside Belmarsh too, just on the other side of the keys. Their job is hard, stressful, sometimes dangerous, and always unpredictable. Every shift, they step into a world where anything can change fast. They deal with tension, arguments, pressure, and fear just like the inmates, but without letting it show. Some officers use humor to stay calm. Some stay strictly professional. Some try to treat inmates fairly, knowing respect can go a long way. Others? They keep distance, keeping their emotions locked away. Because inside Belmarsh, even officers know. One mistake can ripple through the whole wing. Isolation, when the walls feel too close. There is a part of Belmarsh that many inmates fear more than anything. Isolation. Not because it's loud, but because it's silent. In isolation, the cell feels smaller. The air feels heavier. And every sound echoes like it doesn't want to leave. Some inmates are placed there for safety. Some for discipline. Some for reasons they never fully understand. Days move slowly. Meals slide through a hatch. Voices are distant. And time becomes something you feel instead of something you count. You hear your own breathing. Your own footsteps. Your own thoughts, louder than anything outside the door. It's a place where you face yourself. And for many inmates, That's the toughest fight of all. The medical wing, pain, pressure, and a different kind of fear. The medical wing inside Belmarsh is always busy. Some inmates come in with illnesses. Others with injuries. Some just need medicine to help them get through the stress. Doctors and nurses work behind locked doors, walking the line between care and caution. In the waiting area, inmates sit quietly, their shoulders low, their eyes heavy. Some worry about their health. Others worry about how long they'll wait. A nurse calls your number, not your name. You step forward. She checks your blood pressure, your pulse, your breathing. For a moment, you almost forget you're in a high-security prison. But the officer standing behind you, watching every move, reminds you instantly. Health is serious here. Stress is common. Fear is normal. And the medical wing sees all of it. Inside the workshops, a break from the pressure. Not everything in Belmarsh is noise and tension. Some inmates spend part of their day in workshops, places where they make furniture, fix equipment, or learn simple skills. The workshops feel different. The machines hum. The air smells like wood and oil. Officers watch from a distance. Inmates focus on their tasks. For some, this is the calmest part of their entire day. Nobody talks much. Nobody jokes around. They just work, because work keeps the mind steady. A piece of wood becomes smoother. A chair gets repaired. A tool gets sharpened. And for a short moment, the walls of Belmarsh feel a little farther away. The mail, a small paper with big emotions. In Belmarsh, letters mean more than most people realize. Some inmates check the mail list every day. Others pretend they don't care, even though they really do. A single envelope can change a whole week. A letter from a mother saying she's proud. A note from a little brother saying, "I miss you." A message from a friend saying, "Stay strong." Or sometimes, no letter at all. When officers slide mail under the door, the cell becomes quiet. Some inmates smile softly. Some sit down and read slowly, word by word. Others turn away, hiding the tears in their eyes. Mail is hope. Mail is memory. Mail is the one thing Belmarsh can't fully lock out. The library, escaping without leaving. The library inside Belmarsh may not be big, but it's powerful. Inmates walk in quietly. They take books carefully. And for a few minutes, they escape. A book about history. A book about animals. A book about life outside. Some inmates read fast, flipping pages like they're drinking the words. Others read slowly, studying every sentence. The library officer watches with patience. He knows this place helps inmates stay calm. Helps them stay human. Helps them stay connected to the world they can't touch. Inside those pages, Belmarsh fades. The walls disappear. And the mind breathes again. The unseen tension, when a wing goes quiet. There are days when a strange quiet moves through the prison. Officers walk faster. Inmates speak softer. Doors stay closed longer. Something is happening, and everyone feels it. Maybe a search is coming. Maybe an incident happened on another wing. Maybe officers are on high alert. In these moments, Belmarsh becomes sharper. You hear keys more clearly. You hear radios more often. You hear whispers traveling cell to cell. Every inmate becomes more alert. Every officer becomes more cautious. And even though nothing is said out loud, everyone knows the prison is holding its breath. When the wing opens, the rush of movement. When the tension finally breaks and the officers unlock the doors, Belmarsh comes alive again, but not loudly. Just faster. Inmates step out slowly at first, scanning the hall. Some walk straight to the phones. Some rush to grab hot water for tea. Others head to the showers before the line builds. Movement becomes its own language. You can tell who's stressed by how fast they walk. You can tell who's calm by how steady they move. You can tell who's new by how much they look around. Officers stand in the center of the wing watching. Hands behind their backs. Eyes scanning everything. The energy is different now, not angry, not chaotic, just wired, like everyone is adjusting to whatever caused the earlier silence. And in Belmarsh, inmates know one thing well. When the wing opens after tension, you move carefully, but you move. Because standing still draws more attention than walking with purpose. Phone calls, voices that lift you or break you. The phones inside Belmarsh are more than machines. They're lifelines. Some inmates memorize the phone times like they memorize their cell numbers. When it's their turn, they stand in line, bouncing their foot or rubbing their hands together. Finally, the officer nods. You step forward. You dial fast. Sometimes the phone brings peace. A kid laughing on the other end. A mother saying she cooked your favorite meal. A friend telling you to stay strong. But sometimes it brings silence. Someone doesn't answer. Someone sounds different. Someone says the words you never wanted to hear. Things have changed. The call-ins. You hang up slowly. You walk back to the wing without speaking. Phone calls can lift a prisoner for a week, or break their spirit for a month. Inside Belmarsh, voices matter more than walls. The canteen list, small items, big value. Canteen day is like a holiday in Belmarsh. Inmates wait all week for it. A simple list of items, coffee, biscuits, noodles, soap, toothpaste, can change the mood in a whole wing. When the officer calls your name, you collect the bag. You check it carefully. Did the items arrive? Did anything go missing? Did they mix up the order? A pack of noodles becomes comfort. Tea becomes calm. Biscuits become a celebration. Even something small, like new shower gel, makes life feel less heavy. Some inmates share. Some trade. Some save everything for later. But everyone knows one truth. In Belmarsh, small items have big meaning. Sometimes they're the only things you control in a world that controls everything else. The cleaners, the prisoners who see everything. Every prison has cleaner jobs, but in Belmarsh, cleaners see more than most inmates ever will. They move through hallways others don't. They work near staff areas. They hear radio chatter, footsteps, and small conversations. They sweep, mop, empty bins, wipe tables, simple tasks. But the information they pick up is never simple. They know which wings had problems, which inmates were moved suddenly, which officers are having a stressful day, which areas will be searched next. But cleaners don't talk. They can't. In Belmarsh, silence is their protection. Their job depends on trust, from staff and inmates. And even though it's one of the calmest jobs in the prison, it's also one of the most watched. Religious services, hope inside stone walls. Belmarsh allows inmates to attend religious services, and for many, this becomes the most peaceful place in the entire prison. Muslim, Christian, Jewish, and other faith groups meet in quiet rooms away from the usual noise. In these moments, men who never speak suddenly open up. Tough inmates sit quietly, listening. Some close their eyes. Some bow their heads. Some whisper prayers only they understand. No tension. No staring. No pressure. Just a small room, the few chairs. A simple voice speaking hope into a place that rarely sees it. For many inmates, faith becomes the one thing Belmarsh cannot take away. The searches, when everything stops. In Belmarsh, searches can happen anytime, morning, afternoon, or deep into the night. When officers announce a search, the entire wing freezes. Doors slam open. Keys jingle sharply. Boots echo down the corridor. Every inmate steps back, hands visible. Officers move with purpose. Mattresses lifted. Drawers emptied. Clothes checked. Floor scanned. Every corner inspected. Some searches are quick. Some take hours. Nobody knows which one they're getting. Inmates stay quiet, watching their belongings placed on the floor. Not angry, just tired. They've seen this before. When officers finish, they step out without emotion. The door locks again, and the inmate is left to rebuild their space, slowly, carefully. Searches remind everyone inside Belmarsh of a simple truth. Nothing in this prison truly belongs to you. Not even your space. Not even your time. The prison economy, trade, trust, and survival. Even in a high-security prison like Belmarsh, an informal economy exists, built on trust, caution, and quiet agreements. Inmates trade small items. Biscuits for coffee. Noodles for sugar. Tea bags for toothpaste. A pen for a bar of soap. It's not about money. It's about survival. If you treat people fairly, they remember. If you cheat someone, the whole wing remembers. Deals are made with nods, not words. A handshake is rare, too obvious. The simple, "I got you next week," is enough for some. But here's the key rule. Never trade more than you can replace. In Belmarsh, owing the wrong person is more dangerous than being broke. The prison economy isn't written anywhere. But every inmate understands it. The showers, the place everyone approaches carefully. Showers in Belmarsh are simple, tiled walls, metal fixtures, constant steam. But they're also one of the most sensitive spaces in the prison. Inmates don't rush, but they don't linger. They stay alert, even with water running. Some keep their back to the wall. Some check the room twice before stepping in. Officers patrol outside, but they don't stay long. Inside it's all about timing. When to go. How long to stay. Where to stand. Nobody starts conversations in the showers. Nobody jokes. Nobody gets too relaxed. It's a place where you move fast, stay aware, and leave as soon as you're done. A simple shower becomes a reminder. Belmarsh is a place where you can never fully let your guard down. The windows, small glass, big thoughts. Many Belmarsh cells have tiny windows, narrow rectangular openings with thick glass. Too small to see much. Too thick to hear anything outside. But inmates stare through them anyway. You don't see people. You don't see movement. You don't even see much sky. Just a small slice of the outside world. Clouds drifting. Maybe a bird. Maybe sunlight fading behind gray buildings. For some inmates, that small window becomes a clock. For others, it becomes a reminder of freedom. For others, it's the only connection to nature they have. You stand there with your hand on the cold glass, knowing the world continues, even when your world stands still. The night shift, when the prison breathes differently. Night inside Belmarsh feels different from the day, darker, quieter, heavier. Officers walk with slower steps. They stop at each cell window, checking inmates one by one. Some inmates whisper across the hall. Some tap lightly on their walls. Some just stare at the ceiling, unable to sleep. The fluorescent lights outside cells hum softly. Occasionally, you hear a distant shout. Or keys moving faster than usual. Or a door opening where none should open. At night, the prison speaks in small sounds. And every inmate listens. Because nighttime is when your thoughts grow louder, your emotions get sharper, and the walls feel closer. Lockdown, when Belmarsh goes silent. A full lockdown changes everything. All movement stops. All doors stay shut. All routines disappear. Officers communicate with short, urgent words. Inmates stay inside their cells, waiting without answers. Food is delivered through slots. Yard time disappears. Calls are suspended. Even staff speak less. Hours stretch into more hours. The wing becomes a world of silence mixed with tension. Nobody knows if it will last 1 hour, or 1 day, or longer. And during lockdown, inmates feel one thing stronger than anything else. Every decision is out of your hands. You live minute by minute. What Belmarsh really teaches you is, Belmarsh is more than a prison. It's a world built from concrete, steel, rules, fear, hope, pressure, and silence, all mixed into one place where every second feels heavier than the last. Inside these walls, men learn quickly. Respect keeps you safe. Routine keeps you steady. And hope keeps you alive. Every hallway whispers a different story. Every cell holds a different past. Every inmate fights a quiet battle no one outside can fully see. Some struggle. Some grow stronger. Some break down. Some rebuild themselves from nothing. Because Belmarsh doesn't just punish. It exposes you. It shows you who you are when the noise stops. When the doors lock. When the world outside forgets your name. It shows you the weight of every choice you ever made. And the power of every choice you still have left. For the officers, Belmarsh is duty. For the inmates, it's survival. For the world, it's a reminder. Behind the headlines, behind the walls, behind the fear, every story is human. Every life has value. And every man in Belmarsh carries a truth no door can completely shut out. This is life inside Britain's most feared prison. A place where every day tests your mind. Every night tests your spirit, and every moment teaches you something about strength, whether you're ready to learn it or not. Belmarsh is not just a prison. It's a mirror showing the part of society we rarely look at, but can never ignore.